sight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. James.
International Women's Day.
Is it really?
It really is. And how did you not know that?
God.
As one of the very
Champions?
biggest champions for women in big roles. What did Bloomberg say? I have women in very big roles.
No, they do big responsibilities.
They have big responsibilities.
Yeah.
Bigger than they should have.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
When he meant big responsibilities, he meant making a lot of sandwiches.
Right.
For everyone that works there, as opposed to actually doing like business meetings and things like that.
Yeah.
They're making a lot of sandwiches at Bloomberg's.
We've given
office.
women a lot of
You know, it's funny you say that.
stuff.
I've read all over Facebook today the disappointment. Warren dropped out. Elizabeth Warren has dropped out.
Yeah, on International Women's Day. Interessant. Interessant.
I've read nothing. I feel like I have way too many Democratic friends. I don't read really that many Republican posts. All I read is fucking Democratic posts on my Facebook, which is fine, I guess. But today, in particular with women, it was all girls on my feed who were just like, how are we down to this? We preach diversity, but we're down to two old rich white dudes again. And this is the party that says, hey man, we don't want two rich white dudes, but you guys pick them. Here's the thing, ladies. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you this. Democratic Party eats its own. They don't give a fuck, man, woman, or child. And it goes both ways. Hillary Clinton ate up fucking Bernie. Bernie should have won 2016. She didn't give a shit either. So, it is what it is.
Mansplaining on Women's Day.
Yeah, that's what it is. And whether or not you want to fucking face it or not is up to you. I can tell you in North Carolina, no one was voting here. No one. At lunch during the primaries, you weren't out there voting for Warren. So what are you going to do? She didn't get enough votes.
Right.
There is more women than men in this country. If you wanted a woman president, all of you could get together on Women's Day and say, hey, man, I'm tired of fucking men doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to vote for – it is mandatory. You go in and vote for a woman for every single position and everything, and you'd win. There's nothing we can do to stop you. There's nothing us men can do to stop you. You outnumber us. Dead serious.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the population.
Right.
You outnumber us. All you have to do is go in and vote. So I can't hear anything more than that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys win. It's like with white people, right? Why is it down to rich white people? Well, there's more white people in the country. There's more that are able to vote. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the issues.
Mm-hmm.
So with women, hey, go out and vote. You'd win. You'd win everything. You guys could literally take over the world if you wanted to. But you can't get together and do anything without bitching at each other.
Oh, we can't even get together and have a dinner.
No.
Without bitching at each other.
Yeah. Because every time you come back from some function, whatever it is, like a book club or wine or get together, whatever it is, it's usually just women bitching, right? About shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very seldom can we all get on the same page about stuff. Very seldom are we ever really supporting each other.
Yeah.
It's
that's another thing I've noticed. Like women will tear each other the fuck down. And
not to their face.
No.
Not to your face. We will not do it to your face. We will not give you a chance to respond, to rebut, to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We will do it behind your back.
Except for
Love
is Blind. The reunion show last night. Homegirl did not give a fuck.
Does
I think
she
you're
ever?
What did she say though? I think you're
Shiesty.
I haven't heard the word shiesty in a
yeah.
I haven't heard it in a long time.
Shiesty is very...
You're a shiesty bitch.
Mm-hmm, vintage.
I like it.
Shiesty is vintage for sure. She pulled out a vintage insult which I think for a woman of Jessica's age, it may have been right on time. And again, here's what I want to do too, is I wanted to make this meme. I'm not going to do it because I'm lazy, but I'll do it here. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
So I wanted to put a picture of Tiffany, my co-host Tiffany.
Yeah, on Drinkin Broettes.
And Jessica,
mm-hmm.
same age. I wanted to put them side by side and say there's dog years, there's leap years, and there's white woman years. And it is fucking scary, dude.
Yeah.
White women, blonde years.
Yeah.
Yeah. My God.
Yep. It's crazy.
It's crazy. So she was at the reunion, she was 50.
Yeah, this, by the way,
Jessica was 50 years old at the reunion, although 2 years ago when they shot the show, she was 34.
Yeah.
So
she went through it. The weird thing to me about what's going on with all of this is everybody's talking about this Love is Blind show, so we'll talk about it today. We've touched on it on one or two episodes kind of briefly, right? But now it's over, and we have the reunions and all this other shit going on. I don't know. Netflix has a shit ton of money. I don't know why they didn't spend more than $8 on that reunion show.
Gosh, where did they shoot that, you reckon? You know,
it was a wrinkled curtain behind them, too.
I think it was a closed down Chuck E. Cheese, the stage. So they had taken the puppets out.
Yep.
And they had just kind of plopped themselves on top of there. Or like Eric Andre set. It was very behind the curtain was like they're in a storage facility or something. It was very strange. Ferns. Fake ferns, a wrinkled purple curtain. Lighting was terrible.
Yeah.
Seating was weird. The camera angles were
too close on the
too
Lachey's.
Close on all of them.
On the Lachey's in particular.
On the Lachey's in particular.
It was like they just set it up in their garage. And the show is massive ratings. They're definitely going to have a season 2, by the way.
Right.
I can confirm that. Even before they've announced it publicly, I can tell you. They've already done it behind the scenes.
Oh, it's I guess it's their most successful streaming show that they've ever had.
Yeah, as well it should be.
Episodic, which I think they've only done a couple of those where a new one comes out every week, almost like a real show. They've only done a couple, but obviously this was their most successful.
They'll start doing more
for sure.
And it was everything you wanted it to be. That show.
It was everything of the sort. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was one couple I told you last night, Lauren and what's the guy's name?
Cameron.
Those are the two humans that should be everyone in America, by the way. Yeah. We don't see race. We don't see fucking anything but emotions, feelings. We're real people, and they're polite and nice and unbelievable to everyone. Mm-hmm. It's not the world, but it was nice to see. And I think that's part of the reason why that show blew up the way it did, where
you have to have a couple success stories, right? And it couldn't just be dingling and doodle ding.
Well, and I think
it had to be like a real couple that you can be like, all right, like, wow, they're both very smart, very successful, and they actually, this experiment worked for them. Whereas, like I said, the dingling and dingle do, where it's just, they're 26, 28, they're just fucking all the time, and they don't really care about what life is going to be in the future. Yeah, Barnett.
I think he cares. She's just looking for a fucking meal ticket.
I don't know if she's a stripper now. What did we say?
She got hotter. I will say this: the blonde hair did her some justice. She got some. It looks like she got some veneers. So
I did not notice.
Yeah. So good for her.
The blonde was like,
she amped up her game to look. She was a Myrtle Beach stripper.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's an Atlanta stripper.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
No, but to a lot of people, I think it will.
It will.
Yeah.
You're goddamn right. I'm winky right in the camera.
To me, it does not, but that's okay.
Yeah. Myrtle's like sea scars. There's a lot of bruising.
Strings, yeah.
Yep. Tampon strings, a lot of bruising. Where you're just like, whoa.
Tears.
How are you that
I love
bruised?
A crying stripper.
What happened to you that you got that bruised everywhere on your arms and your legs?
Right.
Did somebody throw you in a briar patch?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to you?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Atlanta strippers just like, hey man, this is my profession, and I'm pulling down 6 figs.
Sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and get some veneers, and go to a salon that isn't charging you by the minute.
Okay.
So, that's what happened to her. The other couple was good, and then
She's
Damien.
with Damien. Okay.
Is she?
She's with Damien.
Okay. Is she?
So, Ross If you've seen Love is Blind, you know this Gigi character. G, hot ass, young, blonde, crazy.
Gigilani or what's her
girl?
Yeah, Giannini.
Giannina.
Like Panini.
That's why everyone just calls her Gigi or G, because the name is dumb. But anyways, every episode, Ross would scream at the TV constantly, "She's too good for you, bro. You don't even deserve her, bro. Get out of there, girl." Blah, blah, blah. Like,
no.
I finally, at the last episode, had to be like, Ross, like, we get it.
No.
You like Giannina, okay?
It's not
My
that I,
God, dude.
It's not that I like Giannina. So let me preface this by saying
it was a bit much. And by the
Jessie
end,
is
I
overblowing
had to
this.
be
I'm
like,
gonna preface it by saying you're overblowing this.
I'm not. You literally every episode had had to have a comment about this particular couple
because of this guy. And here's the thing: we all have friends like this dude. It is completely the dude on this, where it's just like, hey man.
You think you're a lot better than you are.
Yeah, and it's like, you understand what's going on here in the world, right?
Somebody lied to you. Yeah.
Someone has lied to you all along, or you have really ugly friends and you're the best out of that group, where it's just like, you're the guy.
He did. You saw his
He
friends.
did, yes.
Yeah. So that was
and
like,
that might
he was
be
the best looking in his friend group.
I apologize for my voice, by the way. I still have a little bit of the coronavirus. I'll get over it.
You did go to the doctor today.
Yeah, I went to the doctor today.
Okay.
Z-Pak Shakur, and I get a shot of B12. We'll find out. You know?
Okay.
Drogas.
I think we need to be done with
Give
this,
me drogas.
whatever it is. It's been over a week.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's the C virus, bro.
I'm done with it.
I'm about to be quarantined, brah.
Yeah.
One case in North Carolina, that's me, and I'm going to CNH1. That's the other one.
So anyways, I just keep saying to Ross that Damien... She's with Damien.
No.
Like, you need to stop.
It's not that.
Pining over G.
Mm-mm.
Like, look, I get it,
pining
dude.
over G.
I get it. Like, I get it. Any girl that doesn't think that their husband looks at other girls, whatever you think or don't think, whatever you're going to do or not do, guys are visual, sexual creatures, right? So if you don't think that your husband or boyfriend is looking at girls and for at least a second thinking about having sex with them, you are delusional, right? It's just how that's handled is what happens next, right? But it's happening all the time. It is true.
No,
it's okay that it's true.
If you're watching that show in particular and you're thinking about fucking somebody, you're thinking about fucking the stripper. For real.
Oh, okay. I didn't even think that she was an...
That's why I'm going to break this down for you here. So
I didn't even think that she was an option.
I will break this down for you.
Please.
The Giannini girl, or whatever her name is. We don't really know what her name is.
You know exactly what her name is.
It is not that she is
DM
spectacularly...
her on Instagram constantly.
Oh, that is crazy. Could you imagine?
Last night you're like, oh, I don't even know if I can find her.
I don't even know how to spell her goddamn name, Jessie.
You'll be able to find her.
You've really taken this...
You'll be able to find
completely out of
her.
proportion. Here's the if you let me explain, I'll explain it. Okay. The Damien
National
guy.
Women's Day, and I don't think I should.
Well, the Damien guy is an idiot, and when you're watching somebody who's as dumb and unattractive as that go through this, you're like, bro, because I can see the next 10 years of his life. I can already see it, and I'm just like, quit fucking around, bro.
She is
the rest of the world,
though.
and that's fine. But if you're like that and you're that boring, that is the best you can do. And your hope as a man who looks like that and is as boring as that is to find a little nightmare like that who somehow thinks you're attractive and is willing to spend the rest of their life with you, right? Now, if you're looking for a fucking quick bang for the weekend and shit might get wild, it's probably the other girl who with the fake tits and the I don't work, and that's the whole thing. That is the Instagram version of models who are like, I love to travel, and they don't have a job. That's this girl. So every time she's going out or having a one-night stand with somebody, she's giving it everything she has because she's got fucking bills to pay.
Right.
So somebody out there has got to pay those bills. Therefore, chances are if you're going for a one-night stand, it's probably that girl where it's just like, oh, well, shit. I might get cut tonight, and I might have to give her everything in my wallet at the end of the night. But it's going to be worth it. It's going to be a crazy fucking story. Mm-hmm. That's where you go with something like that, right? Now, overall for the long haul in that show, the marriage-wise, it was Lauren. That's the girl who is just like, dude, I don't care what you look like, what you do, all that other stuff. Like that couple in that relationship. And again, I really believe this is why that show has become as big as it is. That is real love. And if you're trying to find a marriage, somebody to last forever, that girl did not give a shit. And when you met her friends, Jesus Christ. I mean, she went ghetto real quick with the rest of those friends.
Really did.
She married a white guy. Her dad was fucking
pissed, but he couldn't be pissed because he didn't want to be racist.
Yes. And
But
then
he
he
was
ended up
really
being cool
pissed.
about it. And it was just like, all right, great. And both him and the dude, too, the white guy, he was genuine about his whole shit. He understood who he was as a person. Hey, man, I'm a scientist. I want to be here to look for somebody that I get along with, I have feelings with, and all this other shit. And, like, the two of them, like, that's magic to me. That's amazing. And that, to me, that's the show. Now, the stripper and the fucking Barnett guy, that'll probably end in, like, 2 years.
Yeah.
He's going to get tired for paying for shit. She is taking out the fucking birth control. She's probably one of those IUD girls. She's pulled that out, and he doesn't know.
She doesn't pull it out. I mean, it's a surgery, but yeah.
Well, she probably fucked that surgeon to get it out for free because she didn't have the money to pay for it.
Sure.
And she's hoping that it catches. So she's in it forever.
Yeah.
She have a kid, and she get financially taken care of, and that's it. The Giannini girl.
Amber Lynn.
Giannini girl. And Damien's, he looks like he's got a good job. The Giannini girl looks like she comes from a rich family. They're fine. Like, none of that bullshit's going to incur, but eventually she's going to get sick of how boring he is. And chances are, because this show just started, because that just ended last night, right? This show just started. It's going to blow the fuck up, right?
Yeah.
It's going to blow the fuck up in a couple weeks. So wait till the rest of the world catches on to this, because holy shit. And then Homegirl's going to bounce.
Yeah.
So that's me breaking down the whole show. Now, the 36-year-old now, who was 34, was it LC?
Jessica?
Oh, is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Justice for Mark.
Yeah.
Jessica's a nightmare.
Mark's giving me a lot of ass at the clubs. That's just going to happen.
I think so, and he's sweet, and
Yeah. Homegirl?
He's going to be fine.
She is going to be on a 5150 real soon.
Yeah.
Because the world hates her. She
on
did.
top of the experiment not working, she said she's dating someone, so
Oof.
I'm sure that'll last after they see this.
My God.
Between the drunken wine nights and just everything. If you were dating somebody and you ended up seeing that package, that show while you were dating them, you had no idea that they were on Love is Blind because it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And you saw that, you would be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
No, unless she's still that way. And then they'd be like, well, I mean, you're still the same, but I just didn't want the whole world to know about it. Like, I was just going to be fucking you and stuff, but now I have to go.
And here's the tip for dudes out there. If you ever see a woman hold a glass of wine with her fist, I'm talking just a full squeeze of the fist and drink it like she's a fucking pirate drinking a wooden cup from the fucking a cup of ale,
and then
from
putting
the
it down,
16th century,
putting it down for her dog to drink.
Yep.
That is
light your house on fire and never come back to it. Maybe move and change your ID, your identification, change all your IG handles, everything.
She's gonna try and find you.
Yes.
If you look like Barnett, she's gonna try and find you because she was shisty. She was fucking way too. I mean, my God.
Yeah.
Amber Lynn had every right to be pissed off at her for what she was doing, with her husband, of 2 weeks. But anyways.
Is that her name, Amber Lynn?
Amber Lynn.
That's a perfect stripper name. Mm-hmm. Coming to the stage, Amber Lynn.
Yep.
Girls. Yeah. She's a fucking hard. She's a metal 80s chick who's just,
She's a lot.
Yep.
She's a lot. She laughs at her own jokes really hard. That is one of my biggest pet peeves.
I could see her with Tommy Lee.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We get some sponsors, Japes, who put this whole fucking shit on the air. And we should get to them.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
At this point, I don't know. But
first and foremost, ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros.
My brother, Air Force veteran, my brother called me yesterday, texted me yesterday and was like, I'm just getting a bed. Like, he's like, dude, what's the landing page? I'll do it. I'll do the 20% off. I'll do the payments. Like, I have not had a new bed in 15 years.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, oh, let me see. I might be able to pull Ghost Bed into my drama, I like to do.
Yeah.
And he was just like, dude, I'm just buying it. He's like, this is actually an awesome deal. Like, I'm just going to get it.
Yeah.
So I told him all the stuff, get free pillows.
Free pillows, $200 off a mattress.
I was like, if you feel like you want to get the base, it's 50% off right now on our landing page.
Yes.
So, it felt kind of like I was giving him a deal.
Well, you are.
You know what I mean? But like a special deal, which I am.
But this only goes out to our listeners, so fuck it.
So it felt like, he's like,
awesome.
Is Ghost Bed still sponsoring him? Yes.
Yeah, they are.
So
Best
happy
in the
that
biz.
my brother, Daniel Wiseman,
can
get his bed, and actually, hopefully, it can change his life the same way it changed all of my family members that have gotten one.
Exactly. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Today, as always, the 36-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest, is available.
Yeah.
It's available. So go get it. Get it and do it at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Bitch.
Listen,
Bitch. Next up, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com.
Boom, 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 boom. Shabloinkers.
We got Ibby producing the show today instead of Jamie. Ibby, you do me a huge favor.
I feel happy about it.
Grab me a water off the counter in the kitchen. I'm going to put a little Strike Force in it on air. That's serious.
Thanks, Ibby.
Thank you, Ibby. We love you so much. I'm going to put some Strike Force in it on air. I'm dying of the coronavirus. The Strike Force is the only thing that's been keeping me going.
Oh, yeah. My God.
How many? So here's the thing. I'll hold this up for the audience because we're live on YouTube. Again, subscribe on YouTube if you haven't. Drinkin Bros podcast. All of our media shows are on there. Ross Patterson Revolution, Drinkin Broettes, everything. This is just this week. Look at this, Jessie. I'm down a third of a pump. Yeah.
Dude, that's like so much.
Coronavirus, brother.
Brother.
Coronavirus is in my fucking body. And so is StrikeForceEnergy.com. Ibby, you can just throw that over the top. Go ahead. There it is. Yeah. Live show. Look at that.
There he is.
Hands of
Ross,
steel.
Ibby. That wasn't you.
That was me, dude.
That was Ross's fault.
I'm dying, Ibby. That was my fault, not yours.
It was a great throw, and
it was a
horrible catch.
Jamie will tell you I'm super, sometimes way too honest on this show about people, and that was a great throw.
Yeah.
That was a shitty catch on my part.
Proud. We're proud.
But get this Strike Force. If you're fucking sick, trying to lose weight, whatever the fuck it is, dude, no carbs, no sugars, no gluten, whatever that means.
It means no gluten.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
You don't know what no gluten means?
No, boom. And I'm putting Strike Force in this bitch right now.
Anyone that knows about gluten knows that it's nice that they don't have any gluten in there, gelatin and what have you.
Well, I don't. That does nothing for me.
That doesn't make sense.
But it does kill the coronavirus.
You know what I'm saying. I don't have celiac.
I just had a big swig of that grape. Oh, I love it.
Ooh.
I love it. No carbs, no sugars. It's the best, dude. Tasty tender on 10 pouch. Here it is. Boom. Squeeze in your drinks. Get that 750 milliliter bottle. Ship everywhere in the entire world, and the subscription of the month is the jam. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com. Promo code Revolution, 20% off. Last but not least, Jabes, StraightRazors.com.
Ooh, that's a clean cut. Ibby, you might want to take off those headphones.
That's right.
Ooh,
Ibby's in here instead of Jamie.
Clean cut, smooth. Oh, you right?
There it is. There it is.
There it is, and there you go. Shave it up. Have you replaced the aftershave that I broke?
Yeah, I get 2 more bottles.
Okay, good.
Because I knew you were going to fuck it up, dude. So, you know.
Well, at least I was honest on air so that you couldn't yell at me.
Yeah, I like how you did on.
Didn't tell you when it happened.
I didn't give you a backhand, you know. Right. Rap on the beak.
Sure. Especially on International Women's Day.
Yeah.
Fun fact is you're not going to beat me today.
Yeah. It's International Women's Day. So look at that.
And that's a fun little break that I'm going to get from that.
Do you, is that for local women though, or just international women? How does that work? I'll shave you up, though. Let's go home tonight. Put a little lather on. I'll shave you everywhere.
Oh, with the
At
straight
straightrazors.com.
You can
shave myself up.
Mm-hmm.
Shave my pubes.
No, not with the straight razor.
Yep. It's going to be a long weekend of shaving my pubes, stretching my sack out like a bat wing, and then getting every little
Maybe
last
shave
hair
your
off.
Forehead.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit hairy.
Could you imagine if that was a thing? Ugh.
It's getting
gross.
A little bit. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
This just keeps going down.
Your hairline?
I know people like that.
It keeps going?
No, but it's like they get it. I know someone that gets lasered hair to raise their hairline up to like a normal.
Really?
Yeah, and it will like grow back. And you
creepy,
like,
dude.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. People got some fucked up shit.
Dude, people are fucking creepy, man.
People got hair in weird places. Go to straightrazors.com. They'll take care of you. Promo code Revolution, 20% off. You can shave anything with a straight razor. Or if you're worried about using a safety razor, a straight razor, you can use a safety razor. So fuck it. Revolution, 20% off. Should I be nervous about flying?
I don't think so, but you know that I don't really take anything seriously.
Yeah.
And it's served me well so far, but again, that's gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna come back to bite me at some point. So I'm also traveling, and I guess I'm kind of like, am I gonna get it? Like,
so here's the deal. We had Jared on yesterday on Drinkin Bros News, and the coronavirus is in North Carolina. It is in San Antonio.
Right.
Flying to San Antonio, and then I'm 2 days there, and then I have a week in Austin. You're gonna be joining me on that leg.
Yeah, a couple days.
I'm going to tell the audience, I don't know if this will happen again. This is the elusive Post Malone interview.
Oh my gosh, don't say it.
I know.
Well,
we end up getting fucked up. We never recorded.
You just jinxed it.
Probably. Either way, we have a bunch of cool meetings and all that shit. So in Austin, it is what it is. Anywho's, with that being said, I asked him yesterday on air, I was like, what's the fucking story with that case? And he was like, dude, she was at the fucking base, the military base, and then drove 15 miles to a Chick-fil-A in a mall. Mm-hmm. And, I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm not going to do any of that shit tomorrow on the plane.
No, and which we found out recently is that the mask is not really anything that can help you. It's touching stuff and touching your face. So that has proven to be the main way that you're getting it, right? So there's people that are just like, I'm not touching anything, right? And even if I do touch something, right? So you touch a handle, a bathroom or something, the way that you can get it is if you then touch your eyes, your mouth, or your face. So basically, you can do one or the other. You could either not touch anything around you.
Okay.
And touch your face all the time, or you could touch everything around you, do whatever you need to do, and just really like be super conscious of like not putting your fingers anywhere near your mouth or eyes.
All right. So buttholes you did not cover.
Yeah. To what?
Am I allowed to touch anybody's butthole?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So
I didn't want that off the docket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you're good on that. So really, honestly, that's kind of what I'm going to try and do. The mask does nothing.
Got it.
All this stuff does nothing. It's really just trying to not touch your face.
Yeah. No, I hear all that. And
do you hear it? Because it kind of feels like you're not listening to me.
No, it does. I just look, Jessie. My hands.
But at the same time, I don't give a fuck. Like I don't really care.
If I die, yeah.
No, I don't love the elderly anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not going to die.
Right.
The fear is that I'm going to give it to a weakened human, right?
Sure.
Weakened by either pre-existing condition or just being old as shit or being young as shit, right?
Well, you are traveling with a baby in a few weeks, so.
Yeah.
Into the belly of the beast.
He
personally
is not at the age that it will hurt him, and I guess kids are not contracting it. It's this really weird strain. Anyways, it just kills old people, and I don't really know any right now that I like.
All right, cool.
So that's kind of what it is, and it was interesting to me when they were talking about it is like, we are doing this, like people our age, we're not doing it for ourselves. Like coronavirus in us, say we do actually contract it.
Right.
It will do nothing to us. Like we will have symptoms, we'll be sick, we'll be quarantined, but we will not die, right?
Right.
What it is like as a humanity, we are trying to save the weak, right? The elderly and the at risk.
Right.
So we have to not be selfish, basically. So when I am traveling and I'm like, well, fuck, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to die. Like my kids are fine. Like my family will be fine. That's the like shitty way to think about it. And I just recently was like, okay, like this is as crazy as it sounds. Mm-hmm. This whole thing, whether it's fake or real or whatever it may be, it's crazy to think that when I'm washing my hands, when I'm doing this thing, whatever, I'm doing it and like getting crazy about stuff. I'm doing it for people that I don't even know.
Right.
That I don't want to die because of something that I touched and spread to here, whatever. Because to me, it's not going to affect me, you know?
The only thing I'll be touching on the flight is about 7 to 8 airline bottles of Tito's going fingers to... right here, the old watering hole. And that's it. Mm-hmm. So that should be fun.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel pretty positive about that.
Good.
Got a late night flight on Saturday, too.
Yeah, what time are you leaving?
5.
Oh, good.
Yeah. You can schedule whatever you need to schedule after that, you know?
Yeah. I've got a little bit of a party going on.
Do you really?
Yep.
What are you doing?
Just having some dudes over.
Yeah? Gangbang?
A couple of dudes.
Gangbang? You guys here for the gangbang?
No. It's just like guys, you know.
Yeah, that you hang out with your friends.
Yeah,
of course.
No, I was gonna have Jax's friends over for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't want you there because they're scared of you.
Who is scared of me?
Every kid.
Why?
I don't know. You just like the way that you are, and the way that you look, and the way you talk. So I kind of always wait for you to be out of town before I schedule any play dates or have anyone over. Even my friends sometimes are a little weary of you. So I'll always I'll find out when you're leaving, and then I kind of send out an evite after that.
The one thing I miss about being in Los Angeles, and this is the only thing, is nobody ever fucking, whatever I do, I've done, nobody ever looks at me weird like they don't know what the fuck, that they don't understand anything that's going on with me. I get that everywhere else around the world. Los Angeles, like, oh, yeah, fuck, yeah. All right, cool.
Like what?
Podcasts, books, movies,
okay.
all that shit, where it's like
yeah.
every other state except for Los Angeles, like, I don't understand. And I'm like, well, you know, think of it this way. With podcasts, right? You listen to Howard Stern back in whatever, the 90s when he was on the radio, you know? Think of that now, and just think of that I have the same amount of listeners on both shows combined of Howard Stern. And they're like, yeah, but it's a podcast, right? And it's free. And I was like, yeah. We have sponsors and all that other shit. And they were like, so is it like advertising? And I'm like, yeah. So usually that's the point in the conversation where I check out. And I just go off on like weird shit where it's just like, hey, do you think, and I'll point to somebody like weird and nondescript, like it was just like completely boring. And I'll be like, hey, do you think that person does coke? Like when we're not around, cocaine?
I wouldn't say it's LA. I wouldn't say it's LA. I'd say it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's LA. Because I have like a couple friends that are not in my peer group, right? That I hang out with, that are a little bit younger and like in a different place in life, right? Uh-huh. But they're the only ones that actually get everything that I'm doing, you know? They understand. Younger? They're younger. They're more like, you know what I mean? They're just watching stuff like Love is Blind. They saw the whole thing, right? Podcast, they know exactly what it is. They've done it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't have to explain any of that stuff. Right. And there's other things that are different where it's like kids, or if I want to talk to them about stuff like that. But it's like, I have enough people to talk about that with, right? Yeah. I have very few, especially now, and it's been a couple years of feeling like that. And I used to think it was LA, But I think it's maybe age. And we are still,
like
as
parents?
far as like what we do, we're still in a
young field.
not young field. Like we're not in a young field. There's people that are the people that are biggest in podcasts are fucking 50. 50 to almost 60, and they are dominating the fucking space.
Corolla.
And all their friends, and they don't talk about Love is Blind. They talk about fucking working out and shitting. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I don't think that's it. I think it's a peer group in that people are moving forward.
I have a great story about this, right?
But it's like people moving forward.
I have a great story about this.
That's the only difference.
Yes.
Just let me finish that one thought.
Go ahead.
So it's people moving forward, whereas when you get to a certain point in life, you're kind of like, this is it. I have my job. I have my house. I have my, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you do that and stay stagnant there, you're never going to try and learn and
grow,
you know what I mean? Grow
yeah.
in any way. So I guess that's what it is. Anyway.
I was on a flight. There was an older man next to me, right? I would say he's probably 65, 68. Okay. So he's sitting next to me. Yes, we were in first class. So just don't say it. Whatever, right? And he goes, he's asking me about what I do. Somebody come on the plane and taking a picture on the plane, right? Mm-hmm. Hey, man, I love this show. Can I get a picture? I was like, yeah, absolutely, right? And he's like, what do you do? And so as this flight is going for like 3 hours, right? He goes, why are you looking at it like that?
What?
Why are you looking over like that? You have a strange look in your eye.
I was just waiting for the story to stop being about.
This is building up to it, right?
How rich and famous you are.
I'm not. No, it has nothing to fucking
People
do with that.
Came on and took a picture with
Jesus
you
Christ.
in first class.
You're the worst. You're the worst human of all time. So anyways, the old man goes, hey, man, what do you do? Like, I don't, and I told him podcasts. Uh-huh. It was as if I had said I landed on the moon and I was third behind Buzz Aldrin.
Oh, my gosh. And that conversation of trying to explain it.
Yes. So I get into that, right? And he goes, man. And he goes, you get to fly like around and do shit like this? And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, I have guests and all that other shit. And he goes, oh, man. He's like, usually like people, I don't know, write books and things like that. And I was like,
Oh, books. You know books.
Yeah.
I do that too.
And I go, I wrote a book. Oh. And he goes, oh.
Oh, now we're talking.
Oh. But still, it was almost like, And I pulled it out and it's got the number 1 in the world logo on it, and I was like, actually, you can have it. It was number 1, and I was like, in the world. And it's got the thing on it, and he's staring at it and looking at me, and he's like, and this, whatever, and he's just
still confused, like
kind of,
but still confused that you could actually be that.
Because it's this one right here. If you're watching the show, it's Matt's book, right? So Matt's on the cover, and obviously my name's on it. And he goes, man, so you can just write things about other people, and that counts as well. And I was like, yeah, man. And yeah. And somebody else had come up like this. The guy who had taken the picture had gone back and apparently was sitting with his buddy, and his buddy comes up and was just like, hey, man, I love this movie you're in, right? Triggers a whole nother conversation. And he goes,
this guy's mind is, exploding.
Right. But
exploding.
None of it is like, hey, man, this is cool or impressive or anything, right? Nothing at all.
Like, you do that too? Like,
yeah. And I'm like, motherfucker, this is all pretty crazy, right? Or whatever, right? So finally, it doesn't dawn on me to ask him what he does, because I just don't ask people in conversations, what do you do for a living? Like, I just feel like that's a very basic question. That's just kind of, whenever somebody asks you that, where you go, it's kind of the go-to for like white dudes somewhere. Is like, what do you do for a living? You're just like, oh, I don't really give a shit about the conversation we're about to having, but our wives are talking, so I feel like I have to talk to you. What do you do for a living?
I got you.
So
ours is what school did you get into?
Exactly.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But the husbands are talking, so I guess I'm gonna fucking ask you because you want me to.
So I go, what do you do for a living? And he goes, I judge barbecue contests around the world. And I was like, oh, well, fuck me. And I go,
that's amazing.
Totally, right? And I go, shit. So are you like a big, like famous judge? Like, have I seen you on any cooking shows? And he just goes, no, I'm just retired. And he goes, turns out you can just do it. You know, you can just do it. And once you do like 3, like local ones, then you can just submit your name for everything else and then just fly around. And I was like, no offense, you make any money doing that? And he goes, no, but it sure is fun to eat.
Gosh.
And I go, I just got grilled for 2 hours about what I do for a living and
now I make
shock
money
and awe.
and
now I make money. You're a fucking barbecue judge for free around the world? And I go, do you have to pay for all this shit yourself? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, but I'm retired. And he goes, what else am I going to do, I guess, with my money? And I was like, I guess that.
Sure.
I mean, you married, bro? And he goes, yeah. And I go, what does your wife think? 'Cause she's not here unless she's in coach.
When was this? When was this story?
Wait. So,
this sounds like my personal nightmare flight right now.
It was, right?
You're about to fight.
3-hour flight, right? So I'm like,
okay, that's not bad.
And I'm like, fuck me.
It's bad.
It's still bad.
Bad. Yeah.
So finally, he's like, yeah, she's, she's not psyched about it, because I'm traveling a lot. And,
and paying for all this shit.
And I'm just like, all right, awesome, man. Well, it was great to meet you, or whatever. And I put my headphones in as the international symbol of shut the fuck up. We're all done with this conversation. Mm-hmm. And I'm in the middle of writing the 3rd St. James Street James book, right? Mm-hmm. Whoever has read these books, again, there's a lot of people who have read these books. The 3rd one, they are super graphic and out of control, right? And so I've got the page pulled up, and I often write on planes a lot. So I'm writing, and like, you ever feel somebody's eyes on you, and it's the guy, and I can tell he's reading the scene that I'm writing.
This guy will not.
His eyes were just like, about to pop out of his head about what he was reading in this graphic sex scene I was writing, and all I kept thinking was I was like, oh my God, dude, if I never have to have a conversation about what I do again, it'd be great. It'd be fucking great. We have talked about it, but like,
no, I know, but like, that's the thing of making it, and that's, I don't know, that's the hope, right? The
weird thing is, I feel like we have, like, you feel like you have to a certain degree where you're like, dude, I don't. If this is as high as we make it, this is pretty fucking spectacular.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah. Just asking that question, and then just like the lifelessness behind the eyes of like, yeah. All right, cool. The one thing that did it was the book, at least, where I was just like, fuck you. All right, great.
Exactly.
We're all done with that. Like relatives and shit like that, where it was just like, hey, all right, there's no more questions about Ross. But 3-hour flight with a barbecue judge. And by the way, anybody can just do it, I guess.
By the way, though, on initial, like when he first says it, it's like, oh my God, right?
Yeah.
And then you get into it and you're like,
no, anybody can do it. You just have to judge like a couple of local
competitions. To barbecues.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Like,
and the weird thing about it is, so like I asked him, because we've been working on some chefs to get on the show for Drinkin Bros and things like that. Mm-hmm. And it was a famous barbecue chef in Austin, ironically. That's where I was going, actually. Shit.
Can I say his name or no?
Yeah.
Aaron Franklin.
Yes.
From Franklin Barbecue, and if you know, you know.
Exactly. And the guy's been on a million podcasts and shows and all this shit, and he's great. So I asked him, I said, hey, man, I'm supposed to do a call with this guy and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, you're in the barbecue world. And he's like, oh, yeah. And he goes, good brisket. And I was like, is that it?
That he has?
Yeah.
Apparently is famous for that.
Yeah. And he goes, well, good brisket. And I was like, well, what about everything else? He's got his own barbecue place, like across the board. And he goes, and I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, motherfucker, you're just a normal dude who just decided to travel around and eat people's barbecue and judge it. Like, his background was like, he was working at like, some fucking tech company or something. Like, no background to do it. Now he's just eating barbecue and then judging other people. And I'm like, man, you just told one of the best barbecue chefs in the world. Yeah, good brisket.
Good brisket. Do you see the line outside his fucking trailer of a restaurant every single day?
And it starts in like the AM in the morning.
Oh, dude, night before. Like, it's insane. It's crazy.
Yeah, weird, right?
Yeah. He does this festival called Hot Luck. I want to go. one year. Like, it would be a dream.
Where is it? Is it in Austin?
It's in Austin, and it's like in this kind of bigger food truck type area, and he invites all of his like friends, basically. Like, you have to be invited by him to compete or to be part of it.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
all like famous chefs that do like a little offering at this thing. It's
I
called
know.
potluck, almost like a potluck. It's fucking a dream of mine to go.
So for the Texas LSU game, they had that set up.
They going on?
And it was just like, God damn it! It was like endless food trucks where you were just like, holy shit. It wasn't for that.
Okay,
No. It was not for that.
No.
It was simply because there were so many people.
Yeah. No, so it's like a thing. Like, I want to buy tickets. I want to like go for the day. I want to like do. The
I know
whole
where it's set up.
thing. Yeah,
it's huge. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I know that area. But yeah. Apparently anyone can judge. So, Jessie.
Which is like crazy. So what?
Later on in life.
Oh, I mean, don't tempt me. It'll be like, what does your husband think?
If you want to do it. Yeah. I don't know. I'm retired.
I'm retired. What else am I going to do with my money? I don't know. You have kids? You have a husband? Anything like this?
Fly around and eat barbecue.
Look, I mean, living the dream. We're not going to judge him. Did
not at
he
all.
Judge us?
He judged
Maybe.
the fuck out of me, but
maybe, but we're not going to judge him for his choices. You have one life. You have one life. Right?
Yeah.
If that's what he always wanted to do and now he's doing it, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, but he judged the fuck out of me.
And he judges the fuck out of brisket. But
not going to lie either. In that scene that I was writing, like, I went a little harder than usual, too. Just because I knew he was watching.
His beady little barbecue eyes were on you.
Every last inch of this guy's dick in this fucking thing. And really funny. Really, really fucking funny. But yeah. That's what I feel like when I go into these conversations, and I don't even want to fucking say anything anymore. You know?
Right.
And the reason I bring this up, I had one right before I got here.
One what? Conversation?
Yeah. I went to go get my car fixed. So, I got a new truck 2 weeks in, somebody bashes into it.
So that's right.
Jacked the shit up. Like,
jack the shit up?
No. The truck is jacked up.
It's very high, so
6-inch lift on it.
God,
so,
I can barely even get in it, to be honest with you.
Whatever. It's got a step ladder for you. You're fine. You're fine.
I was just saying how tall it was.
Yeah,
so there was no need to, and especially on a Women's Day, to like come back at me like that when I was just talking about how high your vehicle was. But carry
on. So 2 weeks in, I go to the grocery store to pick up some baby formula after work. Empty parking lot.
Sure. Like you're the only one there.
8 o'clock, yeah.
Okay.
It was late. I was the only one there. I parked alone. Come back out. There's a softball-sized dent above the tire, which to even get there means you had to have a truck as high as mine. Good luck. Jesus Christ. And 2 weeks in, and you're just like, motherfucker. Sure. Nothing I can do about it. So I go over to this auto body place, and, I walk in or whatever, and I was like, hey, just give me whatever the quote is. I think I talked to homeboy or whatever, and, do the job. And she was like, oh, well, he's actually not here today. And I was like, of course not. Of course he's not fucking
Why would
here.
he be? Because it's Friday, which is basically Saturday.
Yeah.
And Saturday's basically Sunday, and then Sunday's basically Monday, and then nobody ever fucking works.
We have this thing called the Wilmington Way here, where
it's a 4-day work. It's as if
it's a 3-day work week.
Andrew Yang is mayor of Wilmington because everyone thinks that they deserve free money and they get a 4-day work week.
Yeah. And so they're like, oh, he's not here today. I'm going to have to get, Buster or whoever the fuck it is.
Keaton,
yeah. That was my phone was texting because they were like, look, Buster Keaton, we're going to dig him up from the dead and have him work on the car. Slam
Rhymes,
dick.
But sorry, rhymes.
Slam dick fucking
Buster Keaton is
audio.
Not here, but
whatever.
Buster Rhymes can come. Yeah.
We're going to get Cuba Gooding Jr. from radio in here to do it. Anyways, I was like, well, look, I got to go on air and do the show real quick. I'll just text me and I'll text you yes or no during the show, whether or not I can. I'll do that, with whatever. And I get this text fucking right before I went off on this rant. It just said, hey, Buster's not here or whatever. And Slimmy's not here.
It's not Buster, is it?
No.
Okay.
Slimmy
J's not here.
Whoever the fuck it is.
Sure.
And they're like, hey man, we that is going to be about a half a day job. So we cannot do that. And I'm like, whoa, it is 1:00.
Sure.
Friday. First of all, it is not a half a day job. It is literally just screwing in fucking.
Well, we don't know.
I do know that. It's because I'm not handy and I can't do this shit. I can look at it and say, oh, what you're doing is drilling that in, you dumb fucks.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you're going to have to bring it back, which is what they said, you know? And I got an estimate range that was way, you know? And I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing anymore? But yet.
Well, the guy gave you the estimate already.
Yeah, but he's not there. So instead, it's Buster, you know? Somebody else. Just the good old boys, never meaning no harm.
Okay.
Is what this felt like.
Sure.
Fucking, I was looking for Boss Hogg to chase me down the street here in like 10 minutes right after I walked out of the goddamn place. Anywho's. She goes, oh, you have to do a show. She was like, are you in radio? Your voice is amazing. You know? And I was like, I am. She was like, oh, what station? Here we go.
Yeah. Bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bing,
well,
bing,
it's a podcast.
Bing, 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 bong. Is that all you did?
A what? Yeah. And I was like, you know what?
Bing, bong.
I'm in radio. What channel? 108.
105.
Just go to 108. She was like, oh, have a great show. Thanks. Do you listen to that? Do you listen to the radio? No, I never do.
I'm only listening to podcasts. Can you imagine? Really big into podcasts, not so much into radio, but have a good show.
Between the school board and all this shit, you can tell my patience with this city is
waning
at a negative,
to say the least.
At a negative right now. But
sure.
Anyways, I'm gonna walk back there and deal with this. You know.
Walk back to the car?
Yeah, I gotta go get it.
Because they can't do it. When are you gonna bring it back?
No. Because, dude, they only work 3 hours a day here, so it's like, what are you gonna do?
And it's a half a day job, so it'll take them 5 days.
Yes, so I'm gonna have to leave it for like a week.
20 minutes a day, every day, for a week. We're like, why can't you just? Nope.
Truthfully, it's probably something your dad could do in like 20 minutes, and I'm just like,
I'm not gonna lie, it's probably something I could do if I really put my mind to it.
Yeah, it is. Do
you want me to take a look at it?
No, but I'm one of those people who's just a fucking idiot.
And go, she's gonna actually do it for me
in your auto shop.
In the shop, so
ring,
just pull it out a little bit enough so that you can close the door whenever you want to leave on a fucking Friday at 1.
Yeah. So that's where we're at with that. But yeah, patience is starting to wane here, Japes. It is.
I get you, man. I get you.
You know.
You feel
I yesterday with the school fucking thing. It was another thing about getting your child off the bus.
Now look, what we'll say about it is you were trying to, I guess, keep our kids safe.
Sure.
That's the only thing I will say nice about it. But the way that this bus driver handled exactly that was uncalled for. And
yeah.
Anyways, I went into the office today, so we obviously are not going back there, which is fine.
To the office?
To school there.
Did you rage today?
I raged a little bit today.
What'd they say?
So I went to the front office and I was like, hey, I'm here from blah, 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 my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And there was an incident yesterday at the bus. My child was the one you made cry. Who can I talk to? Yes, we heard. Yes. Who can I talk to? I'll get Miss blah, blah, blah. Not going to say her name. Up to the front and we'll talk. She'll talk to you. Okay. And then at the end, I got the old, you aren't coming back here next year, are you?
Because your kid's getting redistricts, yeah. Yep.
So in a sense, we can do whatever, we can treat you however, and even you getting mad as a mom.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you were staying in the school, it would hold a little bit of weight. Right now, does not.
Yeah.
You're like, sorry. So, today was not a good day. In the words of...
The opposite words of Ice Cube.
The opposite words of Ice Cube.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't know.
I wonder, do you rage?
Because
I'm not with you. Do you rage?
I don't rage. I like white lady bitchy rage.
Okay.
And then if it's getting resolved, I completely switch back, right? So it's like until we get to the point where you're actually fixing it,
right?
I'm a bitch. And that may help or not help. I have no idea.
Okay.
It's just how I handle it, right? And then when it starts to get fixed and we're on the other side of it, then I'm nice.
Okay. All right.
So I think classic white lady. I mean, classic, right?
Yeah.
Just when it comes to my kid, though, I do. And I've gotten certain things done and certain things changed because of him.
Yes. Yeah.
And going in places, bothering people, getting in your face, like doing everything I can to, when it comes to him. When it comes to other things, not really. Like if it's just me that's being either disrespected or fucked with or whatever, I'm not the same as if you fucked with my kid, you made him cry, you handled something horribly, he now has a little bit of anxiety about it. It's not a big deal. He's going to live. I mean, the real world is going to be that way.
Yeah.
But if you do something like that, then I will rage.
Yeah. And
it doesn't matter if you're a child or an adult.
Sure.
If you do something to my kid, I get in your face.
Yeah.
And I talk shit. And I think that there are a lot of children out there that may, when they get older, 30s, maybe into their 40s, will wake up in a cold sweat. For some reason, they won't know why. They have this image and memory of a lady when they were younger getting into their face and saying horrible things to them. And they'll kind of, as a kid, they'll whatever, move on, meh, fuck you, whatever. And then when they're older, it will
pop up.
It will pop up. He will talk to his or her therapist about it. Sure. And it'll just be this thing of like, I don't know what it is. I just cannot get this image of an older lady when I was a young kid getting in my face and saying horrible shit to me.
Yeah.
And grabbing my arm and stuff. And I just can't. I don't know if it even happened, but I can't get it out of my mind.
Sure.
And that's the joy, and that's the thing that I do for people.
Yeah. Good. So. I was wondering why you were a little testy today when we walked in. Because I was over there. I was at Rooster's auto body shop or whoever the fuck it was.
You were with Buster and Slimmy J.
Yeah, and then you were coming from the school. Mm-hmm. And we were two ships, You got hungover last night?
We paced in the night.
Are you really hungover today?
No. If I drink more than 2 glasses, even if it's a half a glass more than 2.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Okay.
I don't know.
No,
and it wasn't even
when you got home last night, I could tell.
It wasn't even a great time, so it was more when I got home, you could tell.
Yeah, I could tell you were
a little loopy.
Not a little loopy. You're a little short. Short with me.
Short with you? Mean?
Yeah. A little bit. You were just hey, we're all done here with the basketball game. So.
Oh, no, I was just going downstairs.
Okay.
And you were like, okay.
Whoa.
You could have stayed up there.
The game was over.
Well, then we're all done here.
Ohio State is going to the...
Then we're all done here.
The dance. Ohio State's going to the March Madness dance.
That's so cool.
It's fucking awesome, dude.
I know. I love that for you.
Yeah. Let's get to the revolutionary figure of the day, shall we?
We shall.
Japes, who's your favorite woman? Who are you giving it to today? International Women's Day.
Oh, my gosh. International Women's Day.
It's your day. You get to pick it.
Eesh.
Yeah. You never do. Don't fucking drop the ball.
Don't drop the ball. I think I'm going to give it to...
Susan B. Anthony?
No, Caitlyn Jenner.
Because it takes a man to become a woman.
Is she not?
To do a job that women should do.
Not even a woman can be as good of a woman
As Caitlyn Jenner.
As Caitlyn Jenner. Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Can never tell she was a man.
Yeah.
You know?
Revolutionary. I don't know.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Annie Oakley.
Annie Oakley?
I'm kidding. I wouldn't say Annie Oakley.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Hillary Clinton. How about this?
Oh, no. Not on this show.
No, not on this show. Or Lewinsky. Someone in that group. They're doing a documentary on Hulu.
Comes out. It's out. It's out tonight.
It's out tonight.
Friday. It's out now. I read.
Those little losers tried so hard to be open.
Did you hear what he
said?
Robots. Did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Bill Clinton. God, this is the. So I tell you what, we'll give it to Monica Lewinsky.
I'll give it to Monica.
Because she did not deserve anything that she's gone through in her life.
For a blowjob, that girl has gone through fucking hell.
And it never ends.
Never.
No. And we've talked about the story of me meeting her and hitting on her and going for all of it one night.
And having sex with her?
No, I did not. Because of the fucking comments I made. Did I tell that story on Drinkin Bros or here?
Sure you did. We're good.
Okay. Anyways, she's pretty in real life.
Oh, for sure.
She's not as big as the media makes her out to be. Like, she's an attractive woman.
For sure.
Anyways, she got fucking snowed on that. And that whole goddamn deal. Until yesterday, too, they were showing excerpts of, forgive me, the coronavirus. They're showing excerpts of this documentary that Hillary's doing. Bill is in it.
Yes.
They asked him about the affair.
Yes.
Asked him about getting his dick sucked.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was doing it to relieve anxiety. Yep.
Anxiety, and he said, it was horrible what I did. It's horrible what I did. I regret what I did.
It's horrible. I had anxiety, and that was the best way to handle it, was to get a blowjob.
And even Hillary talking about it, you guys, I know. They're such
I
fucking
didn't see
idiots.
her part. I only saw his.
Well, it's her documentary, right? So it's a lot of her talking. If you can find a more robotic, fake, stone cold bitch, please show her to me.
Yep.
But they knew that, like, this is the only, this is what people are doing now. I mean, they really do.
We have to see it.
They do whatever. Of course we do. And then he had
do you
the
have Hulu?
nerve. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You have all these hidden fucking apps that I have no idea.
And I also
about.
have fake Netflix profiles that I can watch everything that I tell you that I'm not watching. So anyways.
Great. You are the love of my life.
And we're together.
Forever.
So he was talking about how horrible it's been for her, and that, I've watched her over the years try and get some kind of normalcy, but whatever normal is to you has to be different. He is the reason that she can't get out from under this. A, he will not admit it.
Yep.
A, he will not address it in any way. Right?
Yep.
So he is the reason, but he's sitting here like, yeah, I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her. She's trying to just get the normal life back, and she cannot,
Yeah.
She cannot figure it out.
Yeah.
You fucking asshole. So, Lewinsky.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Yep.
She was one of the first. She was the aggressor. She was the one that went after him. She was super young. Who fucking cares? But, like, everything that happened after that.
For 25 years.
For 25 fucking years was uncalled for and shitty. And she's actually come out fairly normal and semi-successful on the other side. She still looks great. And she is doing it. Still talking about it. Still the only one in that equation, in that throuple. Hillary Clinton and her. She's the only one that has been completely honest about the whole situation.
I'd argue that she came out of it better than they did.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, what does that even mean? But absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is humans, just as humans,
Just as humans, yeah.
Jabes, this is fun. We're going to do a show from Austin. I'll see you soon.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I'm leaving before you.
All right. Well, I'm going to have that party. As soon as you leave.
Enjoy
5,
it.
or are you going to leave at 4?
Probably 3:30.
I just need to know when to make the...
Probably hit that bar at the airport at
okay.
3:30. So.
Perfect.
Long flight.
I'll have people come over.
I'm going to be well lubricated before I get on that fucking jumbo jet of fart box in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if you're on a flight, you've got to have at least 2 doubles to get on it, because as soon as you get on, everybody decides to open up their assholes as wide as they'll go and let every fucking carafe waft of stink that they've ever had inside their body go on an aircraft, because they just don't care. So it's a 2 double minimum before daddy even steps foot on the fucking plane. I love you, Jabes. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Revolution. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye.